a house built in New England in December or January, and they're like, we had a fire burning, but it was so cold.
That just sounds like New England.
Yeah,
I'm staring out my window right now.
I've been to New England.
Living in New England, there's snow outside right now.
That's what I'm saying.
And it hasn't snowed here in like 3 weeks, and there's still piles of snow outside.
The garage door opens and shuts on its own?
Yep.
That sounds like bad wiring. That doesn't sound like ghosts.
Well, then we get into some of the weirder things, like a knife. And now I did try to research it, but everything it says is like a knife. So I don't know if they meant a specific knife, but would repeatedly get knocked over in the kitchen.
It's like a really vindictive poltergeist.
Right, that part of me hopes that
I don't
they
even
mean,
like this knife.
Yeah. Yo, screw
part of
this
me
guy.
hopes that they mean that like it is just one knife, like a very specific knife that the ghost just hated, or really wanted to like allow him to hold on to it for too long.
Oh shit! Shit!
I swear, man, I felt the handle in my hand, and all the demons around him's like, next time, man, you'll get it.
It happens 30 times in 5 minutes. The knife gets knocked over.
I gotta go talk to the kids upstairs and tell them demonic things. So you keep trying. I'll be back when you're ready.
Could you grab my silencer?
I gotta go get my demon silencer. I'll be right back. Then we get into the more weird shit. So George said he would wake up 3:15 a.m. on the dot almost every morning. And that coincides specifically with when apparently the murders took place, when Ron DeFeo murdered everybody in the house.
These are too cool. That's too cool of a detail.
Right. Oh, okay, dude, it gets cooler. So he would also say he would wake up and see his wife next to him levitating off of the bed.
0 to 60. That is a knife getting knocked over to his wife levitating. No way. That's crazy.
But apparently his sons would see each other levitating in bed as well, in another room completely. I want to know, like, why ghosts want to levitate people.
Just to screw with us, I think.
Just be like, hey, man, no, you're not on your bed anymore. Ooh, you would think you'd also wake up.
They're like, dude, you want to see something funny? Grab his arms. I'll grab his leg. Like,
just like lift him off the bed.
I can't think of any other reason why somebody would do that. Or they're doing like Cirque du Soleil and like the kids are like the barrel. I don't know why they would do it.
I want Cirque du Soleil ghost. They're just like in their it's again 1970s, so they're in like their 1970s onesie acrobat outfit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm imagining.
And they're just picking up the kids. It's like, on the count of 3, John over here is gonna leap over the child,
and then he's gonna knock over the knife.
and then in less than 10 seconds, he's gonna appear in the kitchen and knock over a knife. Yeah. And like all the demons, like, oh, very nice.
This is
that's
good.
Wonderful. This is great. I'm glad I came. How much did you pay? Oh, 3 souls to get in.
Oh, solid. Yeah,
that's a good deal. So his sons would see getting levitating in bed. Other things that would happen: a pig-like demon creature with glowing red eyes would stare down at George and his son Daniel from a window.
I would never enter the home again. I would go to the police and never enter the home again if a pig creature was
right. Like, and apparently his daughter named that pig creature and called it one of her good friends, like an invisible friend.
Yikes.
And it would just stand and stare at her outside. They apparently also saw that same creature, him and his son, outside when they were outside walking back into the house, outside of the daughter's window on the 2nd floor, staring at her through the window.
Oh my God.
Right? At that point, why would you be like, all right, well, we should probably go wake up Jane. You know, she's got that creature staring at her again.
No, I don't understand. I don't understand how, if all this is happening,
right?
If I saw any of this, can I tell you something? When years ago, after I saw the movie Ring, or The Ring, or Ringu, or whatever you want to call it, I was in Ohio at the time. I went to bed one night. You know how you can turn the TV off or the cable off?
Yeah.
And leave one of them on?
Sure.
I actually turned the cable off, went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night, and there was a glow coming from the TV room.
Oh boy.
I almost got in the car and just got away until I realized it was just like the blue screen that said no cable service or whatever it said.
It's funny how those classic movie moments are just like you can just mess up a little bit and then like accidentally perfectly create it.
Yeah, I would have been gone. If that would have
Right,
been
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
I would have been out. I'd be like,
Now, to their credit, they did leave after a few weeks, but they like the first because the way they talk about it, it sounds like that they see this creature multiple times.
Literally, this
the
reads.
first time you see a demon pig with red eyes,
I'm out. I'm out.
There is no like. We'll give him a chance. He could be a good
This
guy.
literally,
That's a demon
it
pig.
reads like a
That is
treatment.
demon
It
pig.
reads like a movie
Walk
treatment. Like, there's no, like, this literally,
Right.
I can't, like, it seems so, of course this is fake, you know?
No, but exactly. I can just imagine walking in and the demon creature's the one cutting up like the veggies with the knife.
Yeah.
And he's like doing the ghost a favor. It's ridiculous.
So what do you want for dinner?
Oh, I was gonna make spaghetti, but it looks like you're working on a salad, so that's fine. That salad works.
They have, like communication issues.
Right.
Well, I mean, I speak English. He speaks Demonicese,
Yeah.
and it's just there's some
Yeah.
conversation.
Demon from Mars
I
and
don't
ghost
have the
from
special
Venus.
drugs.
Yeah.
I don't have the drugs that DeFeo was using to communicate with this guy.
Yeah. That hardcore LSD heroin combo.
God. Other things that happened in this household, other than the pig demon creature, they claim that they had a priest come over and to bless the house, not exorcise the house, mind you, just bless the house. And when the priest was done, he heard a voice shout, "Get out!" and told the family to never sleep in a certain room in the house. Couldn't figure out what room he was talking about, by the way. And the priest then, immediately after, got flu-like symptoms and began to bleed from his hands.
And then he fell down a giant staircase.
I have so many questions. Why would like doesn't
ahead,
this
Jesse.
then
Go ahead.
doesn't this then debunk the idea of exorcisms? If the priest couldn't do anything,
Well, remember,
And then-
like I said, they didn't ask him to do an exorcism. He just came to bless the house. There is a difference.
That's because they didn't want it to be, like, if they did an exorcism, it'd be like, all right, it's done.
and right, the ghost is gone. We can't do anything about it anymore. So my question is, does instead of it disproving exorcisms, why didn't they just, if it was so bad, why didn't they have him exorcise the house?
Right, exactly.
I just like that someone told him to get out. Like
That's literally
Yeah,
that's
you-
literally an Eddie Murphy bit, like verbatim.
Oh, really?
Like a ghost saying "get out" and then just leaving the house immediately. Straight up.
well,
Like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm out. See you later. Other things, other typical haunting things. A strange odor would permeate the house constantly, and no matter what, is always in the house, and sometimes swarming. Which is a typical in haunting thing, is a typical like demonic presence type of thing where.
Yeah, but that also could be because there's a strange odor permeating the house constantly.
And isn't it on-
And it's probably
Isn't
like
it on Long Island?
decomposing something.
Yes, this is Long Island, New York. Yeah.
Isn't it pretty like humid, kind of over there, kind of swampy?
Not in December. Not in December.
Yes, I guess so.
There were hold on, there were flies in December. I don't
Yes.
believe
This remember this all happened between December and January. Like literally within a 3.5 week period. That's it.
So it's snowing.
All of
so
it.
it's snowing and there's flies. That's what they're saying.
This is like
that is
like getting blasted
scientifically
through.
impossible. That is not. It's not possible. Flies cannot exist in that cold climate.
But that's why it's demonic, Jesse, because
I'm
it's
looking this up.
paranormal.
It could be the bullshit.
Did you say
Well,
bullshit? Nah,
It
bullshit.
could be the bullshit.
Nah,
Well,
bullshit.
we're gonna get into the bullshit part here in a little bit here. Other things that they said they saw, that he went out one day and saw demonic hoof prints outside in the snow.
What's the difference?
Now I don't know how you determine if hoof prints are demonic or not.
They were on
specifically.
fire.
But
Yes, flies literally die in the winter. When they become inactive and die. That's like the way it works.
So here's-
it's
if there were actually flies, here's my thought. That smell was coming from like a fucking lost can of Spam that somebody opened and left.
Yeah.
And like,
absolutely
the flies
And
were
that's how
swarming.
flies can live though. It like during the winter they just like chill out with all the gross stuff, decaying matter, and then they come out in the summer.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
Possible.
that is a very funny detail to be the one that blows this whole case wide open.
Well, the what blows this case wide open is coming in a bit here.
Levitating white,
so-
we'll see. Pig-like creature will see flies in the wintertime. No, this is fake.
no flies would be dead in the wintertime. What the hell?
I'm just saying, the other things you can't diss. But flies in the
that's true.
wintertime, that's just science.
There's nowhere to look up the pig creature.
Yeah, you can't look up pig demon.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, like
Not
the
a
pig
thing.
demon reminds me of like isn't it? Is Saw the movie? The
Yeah,
guy that
straight
wears
up.
the pig mask. I'm like, that's what in my head. That's what I'm seeing.
I'm picturing the game over screen from Zelda, like just like that, like Ganon.
You have Zelda too.
Yeah,
Just Ganon,
yeah, Ganon.
that's what I'm seeing.
Oh, that's my best friend Ganon. He hangs out of my window all the time.
Would you
I tell him my deepest, darkest secrets.
now if the little girl said that's my friend, that's my secret invisible friend Ganon, then my mind would be blown. I'd be like, she predicted Ganon?
That would be messed up.
That would be.
Oh, then I would be like, all right, this is real. This is real.
Well, then I would be like, it's not a haunting. She's just psychic.
Yeah, she just loves gaming. She's just a gamer
Right.
before gaming.
She becomes Miyamoto somehow.
Precog. Yeah.
Right. It's crazy. So yeah, the demonic hoof prints out in the snow outside. He said
Time
he
out.
saw.
Whoa,
Okay,
time
yeah,
out.
okay,
Time out.
yep,
Time
yep,
out.
yep.
Time out. Why are there hoof prints in the snow?
Demonic hoof prints.
Demons were prancing
why?
around and
Demons were
playing pan
walking
flutes.
around outside.
Wait, if the demons can float up to the second floor window, why do they need to walk?
It's like a Mr. Tumnus, like sort of like pagan cavorting with the pan flute and the little sprig in the hair.
Well, how do we know he's demonic? How do we know they aren't just pans?
That's true.
Delightful pans.
That's true.
Inviting the children out to a bacchanal.
That's why they did. It's not a demonic pig creature. It's like a
It's
fairy.
an invitation to Bacchanal.
Yeah.
She's like, come play with me
To a
in my head
bacchanal,
maze.
my favorite word. Yeah.
Oh man, now see, we're getting to the real bottom of it. It's not demons, it's fairy creatures. It's great.
Yeah.
Other things that have been detailed is that damage to the doors, like the doorknobs, hardware, and locks, were completely damaged and ruined from the ghost constantly opening and slamming the
Is
doors.
it verifiable, this detail?
We'll get to
Okay.
that. We'll get to that when we get to the truth. Other things, so this is like straight SpongeBob. And green ooze will come through the wall. So green ooze would permeate the walls and the floor.
This is-
regularly.
So that could be what the smell was.
That's
it's probably
true.
rot, and that's what the flies.
This is
That's
too
true.
many.
Or-
This is too many things.
Dude, all right, and I want to point this out. Like, I'm going through this list. And I had to cut a bunch of the things that they claimed happened in this house because I could have 2 pages of just here's the weird shit that they claimed happened.
Wait, in the like 3 or 4 weeks they were there, all this happened.
Yes, this happened in 3.5 weeks.
If it was
All
this
of it.
must have been if the like imagining this in reality, it's like that scene in Ghostbusters with the refrigerator, but like for 3 months, there's like nothing that I couldn't do that for an hour. I just don't get it.
No, dude, I've had, if any of this like hardcore haunting stuff even happened one time to me, wherever I was, I'd be a mile and a half away in my car, like within a minute. I'd be out.
Right.
So fast.
But apparently,
I don't-
like, none of this is real anyway, but I want to criticize them as like writers.
Right.
But this is the problem I have with all ghost haunting stories.
Yeah.
Every single one is these terrible, terrible things happen. It was wild. Stuff flies around. Ghosts are watching me pee. Whatever. And then when someone goes to interview these people, and they're just like, "Well, we're kind of sharing the house with the ghost. Don't you understand? Like, the ghost was there before us, so we can't leave because, we are learning from this ghost. Like the ghost is learning, like." BS excuses as to why they would still be in this terrible situation because it's like fake. It's fake.
I would believe
all
I would
fake.
believe somebody on the news so much more if they were like, it's awful, I hate it, I never get to sleep, I'm so scared all the time. like that you never
Yes,
see that.
Like, I should leave right now. I shouldn't live here. I moved my family into a hotel. It is terrible.
when
You never see those.
Those exist. Those kinds of hauntings exist, and those are the ones that are more believable, in my opinion, than this kind of stuff where the family is living here. Again, keep in mind too, outside of George and his wife, they've got kids. And this is happening. This is actually happening.
They're floating.
And kids are being like tormented and floated and haunted by demon creatures. Who cares about yourself? Get your kids out of there.
Exactly.
Like, you be a parent, right?
Next. That's the
Okay, so here's my favorite one. Okay, this is ridiculous. So George claims he would see his wife before his very eyes, transform into an old woman, not old women, that'd be weird, but an old woman with wrinkled skin, hair, and the face of a 90-year-old and
All right.
all.
Time out again. We've established this house was built in 1965.
That is correct.
Where the old lady? There was no old lady that lived there before, so where's this old lady
There's
come
another
from?
claim I didn't write down, but I was going to touch on in the truth. There's another claim that the house was built on top of an Indian burial ground.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm going to stop you there. My parents, when I left for college, my parents moved out of our hometown in Ohio and went to Louisville, Kentucky. In Kentucky, they lived in a place called it was called Indian Hills. They lived on Pawnee Trail. Pawnee Trail is the intersection. I'm just gonna lay out some stuff for you.
Yeah, please do.
Between the Zachary Taylor National Cemetery, a Civil War cemetery, Indian Hills, which is literally like Indian burial grounds, and Locust Grove, which is an old plantation. If anyone should have had ghosts, it should have been my parents.
No, man. No, your parents
Not one ghost.
Your parents
Not one.
Your parents didn't have their third eye open. They were not sensitive to the paranormal.
No, you don't understand. My parents, one of the rooms that I slept in their house was they made all the different rooms in the house like a different theme because whatever reason. One was a blue room, one was a yellow room. In the yellow room, they put up paintings that they got at a garage sale, and every one of the paintings literally looked like a painting you would see in a house that was trying to kill you. And still, I slept in this room, and besides having an uncomfortable night's sleep on the terrible bed they had in there, I never had any problems because it's all BS. If I was a ghost, why would I hang around and piss off some fat kid in a yellow room?
It sounds like you
I
just.
would just imagine your parents being like, all right, Jesse, now we're going to have you sleep in this little room with all these pictures. Now, don't mind them. They look like they want to murder you, but we're just trying to see if ghosts are going to come around and haunt the crap out of you.
It is. I'm more inclined to believe that there is a scientific or some sort of like an echo, like some sort of crazy echo thing of something that happened in the past,
Like a recorded energy kind of thing.
Well, have you heard? I'd be more inclined to like go down that path than like a ghost did it. Which again, I think. I don't know. I don't believe any of it.
Have you heard of that frequency or whatever? Have you heard of? Have you heard of that thing?
When talking about hauntings, there's the intelligent kind of hauntings, and then there's what Jesse was talking about, like a recorded echo of what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's all kinds of different hauntings, and I would be more inclined to believe that as well if there was anything happening. But I also don't think anything's happening in this house.
They were saying that there's like some like geothermal or like some sort of like thing that happens in the earth, like plates moving or something or adjusting that like sends out these like very, very deep sounds that like make you feel like creepy stuff's happening.
Oh,
and like they vibrate your eyeballs even and like make you like see things moving around. And like that seems pretty like they measure like famous haunted places and they find these frequencies sometimes. It's
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, I'm down one day to go straight ghost hunting.
I would go. I would do it, dude. I was talking to somebody about the house.
Someone's got to be the guy who's like, fight me, ghost, so I'll go.
Yeah, you're right. You have
Zach
to do
Bagans
it.
of the
I'll
group.
do it. Yeah, someone's got to fight a ghost. It's gonna be me.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, let's push it. That's the weirdest one. Just seeing your wife transform into an old woman before her eyes. Like,
what does she think about
doesn't.
it? Is she like,
that's the thing. Like, you never hear anything about the wife. Like, everything I read anyway. Like, maybe in some books that I just didn't get to read because I just didn't have forever on my hands. She talks a little bit more, but everything's for the most part. All the claims are coming from the husband, George. Even today, he doesn't deny. He still claims that this all happened, but we'll talk about why we think that is in the first place.
Whoa.
So again, after all of that happened, on January 14th, 1976, the entire family moved out, completely leaving everything they owned. However, the next day they had movers go by and pick it up. The movers reported zero paranormal activity while they were within the house, taking out all of the furniture.
It wasn't extremely cold. No ooze. The doors.
No ooze. No flies.
Knife.
No doors. No knife.
The knife
no
was fine.
vegetable cutting demon. Knife was good. Nothing. And nothing happened while they were there. However, in this time, as we were saying before, you have to remember that this